What I tell you got to deal with first? What I tell them, DD? Is DD still in there? What you got to deal with first, you guys? Your own dearly departed. That's right. Your own dearly departed first. I don't want you speculating. I could deal with Patai and Ray and all of that. But guess what? Them niggas didn't take you to school in the morning. They didn't wash you up when you was a baby and you couldn't take care of yourself. They didn't set the foundations for your mothers and fathers. Right? Not in a cognizant sense of reality. We're not, like I said prior, we're not dealing with speculation and guesswork. I don't take people down that path. Now, when we start dealing with the Netaru, it's primarily based on because they're a reflection of you. You can identify with that. It's safer to interface with than Jesus, right? For the Nubian people. Y'all tap the screen for me. Tap the screen. I need to use the restroom. I'll take some of this limeade too. Come and join us in Houston. We're going to be at the Brook Hollow. Houston, Brook Hollow. Tickets available on the website. $57. General admission. All y'all people in the tech space, $25. If you in the AAA, it's for free. Let me take my mic off. All right, any other questions? Anybody else, any other questions? No, nobody had no questions. Yeah, come join us, man. Heritage Place. Houston Brook Hollow. We're going to be there. And your dearly departed going to be there too. Well, the people that show up, they pop up too. Said, what is Rob's main message of the day? There is no message of it. It's a great day of time that we live in. That's the message of it. It's a great day of time we live in, beloved. But these lives are dedicated to people that are new to their spiritual journey. Those people that have just left the confines of organized religion. Those people that are COVID woke or quarantine woke or refers to the word woke. Those people that have not been initiated into a spiritual system or that don't belong to a particular tribe or fraternal order or spiritual order. These lives are dedicated to those people now. It's not just for them, but I speak in the range towards those individuals, right? So they can have some structure. Hashtag spirituality for beginners. But it's Q&A with Dr. Ray and just basically question and answers, right? I'll leave the comment section open for people that have questions. In Black Light, I know that you probably had good intentions, but we don't do all that here, man. I don't need nobody to just be asking questions like that. For real. You got to meet people where they at. Peace of love. Peace of love, Twine. Shouts out to Twine G. Shouts out to the 1089 tech community. Dia Eyes in the building, 210. Spazzo, I see you. Yeah, just wanted to get on here right fast. Nate, my bad. I see you, Nate the Great. Nate the Great. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on your unk this evening, Nate. It's been real windy here. Like Windhurst from ESPN. It's been very windy, right? And that's all good. But I think I got like 3 broken unks. 3 people broke their unks. And when it come to those unks, y'all want to wear them mugs on the higher chest. Don't be having that mug for dangling and shit. And I know your situation. I'm just saying in general. Keep the mug close up on the chest. And I know I got Nate. I got somebody else. I got them all right here too. I think you had a black one, Nate. Or was that the lapis lazuli? I think that Spazzo, you had one too, right? Was this you, Spaz? The Labradorite? Okay, this one was yours? This was your aunt? That one, and I know that one. This one? Uh, he said, how often is time a remnant of the peacekeepers at that time? I don't know what you mean, be deep seeker. How often is time a remnant of the peacekeepers at that time? No, time is pretty much it's the measurement of our distance from the sun and our access to the light within the time that we orbit around the sun. But there's really only one day, in essence of time, which there is no time. It's just a bunch of now, right? And only from this side of H1 are you able to surmise some sense of time due to the function of growth. And when things begin to grow and it begins to become measured by the time that it took for it to grow, right? Some people call it evolution as well, but you would have to be a little bit more concise with your question. You said Haru up there. Yeah, that's Haru. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up the Netaru. Those are the deities that are in alignment with 9 ether beings, and I'm gonna stay on that frequency, even to even though I'm not into the Yoruba religion, right, or the spiritual system of Yoruba. I would hold that up before I hold up anything in a Proto-Indo-Euro, right? For real. And I start Hare Krishna before I Jesus Christ. In fact, I Jesus Christ with your ass too. Right? Rahubat, Rahubat. Okay, you know. I do it all. Like, you got to meet people where they at. If you don't meet people where they at, how you gonna bring them up, right? That, do you know about plasma communication? Yes, but what's your question? I know I know about plasma and all that, but I hope you ain't the same brother, black light brother. But no, yes, I know about plasma. You may be new here, but check out my video. I got over 3,000 uploads at this point. But yes, I know I just got through uploading a few videos on plasma. Are you for the plastic into organite or stay genuine? I don't know what you mean by that, but I do use orgone. I use polyethylene resin, right? The polymer that I use is not a half and half mix. I use catalysts to make my to make my creations. And you seen these unks have broke from the few people that got them. You know, they had some untimely circumstances that caused their unks to break, but yeah, man. Yeah, I don't use that half and half shit. Like when I take my pyramid outside, I ain't even got to take this outside, but I will, because I got 2 pyramids out there right now, and they clear the chemtrails. The chemtrails do not stick around me, because I I use a catalyst. I don't use no half and half. That half and half shit ain't no good. It can't ground the radiation once you put that shungite in there. Because I put shungite into everything. Like, I turn over every stone when it comes to developing orgone. Exactly. I put shungite, tourmaline, and black obsidian in everything. Everything I make, right? Even this piece here, right? It's sitting on a bed of shungite, black obsidian, tourmaline, jet, and onyx. And I got a neodymium magnet in there. And I got 5 atomicized metals in there. You hear me? So my auric field is protected. I feel real good. I could tell when it's radiation, it's too much radiation in the atmosphere. They're fossil into. I don't know. That's an incomplete question. That being said, trust Jesus. Okay. That's where you at with it. I've already trusted Jesus. Trusting Jesus got me this far. To respond to that. All right. Trusting Jesus got me this far. That was my humble beginnings. I got baptized. You know, I came from the Nation of Islam, so that was a real big turnaround for me to take on Christianity. But I was looking at what was happening with the people that was practicing that at that time. I seen the good shit that was happening. He said, do they know what he taught? Exactly. Do they know where he was educated? Yeah, I ain't gonna get on him. I'm not gonna get on him. He said he found a big one at the beach. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love shungite, man. I just got some more shungite. I keep the shungite on deck. I still got I'll say about 2 pounds of it. But I had to go get me another pound. Like, let me get another pound because I got some new designs. I got coming in from India, some freshly polished stones. I'm stepping it up for y'all, man. See, I keep that shungite on deck. Tumble shungite. 16 ounces. I'll make some more DreamTech. Even though I got some. Yeah, y'all gotta have that shungite in your life. You need some lepidolite, malachite. These crystals work, they combat radiation. And if you got a laptop, if you got a Wi-Fi modem in your home, if you have smart TVs, you got a bunch of microwaves in your house, pretty much. You got a bunch of microwaves and not even aware of it. The gigahertz that it emits per square unit is 4 times of that of a microwave. They show you that somebody on the tip, it was on YouTube, that they took a egg and they put 2 cell phones on both sides of the egg, and the fucking egg, they cooked the egg. So if it's capable of cooking the egg, imagine what that shit is doing to your brain when you got it up to your head. He said we must read, comprehend, and question. That's right. Question everything. That's right, brother. Straight up and down. We got to question it all. You know, we don't read the fine print. They didn't stop putting that shit in the damn phone. When you buy the phone, it used to come with the little booklet. Told you that it was a health hazard. They told you what was going on. Then they was like, nah, let's just get rid of that. They had to stop putting that charger in there too. That charger be fucking you up. The little Bluetooths, that shit. Why you think they call it Bluetooth? Because the blue radiation going through your mouth. Right? Yeah, that's what that is. This is labradorite, and I got labradorite on my staff. I refer to myself as the Lord of Labradorite. I love labradorite. I got another piece of it right there. Right there. I got labradorite all on his staff. Some of them beetles is labradorite, scarab beetles. I got lepidolite. Like, this thing remove radiation like instantaneously, you know. And I've been hit with this staff myself. Shouts out to Amin Ra. Amin Ra hit me with the staff. And I'm telling you, like, man. Said mic check. Yeah, my mic is on. Thanks, D. But yeah, I got hit with the staff, and it took me back. And this was that night after I went to sleep. It took me back to the moment when I had the episode with the labradorite. You know what I mean? I could taste the labradorite in my throat, in my mouth. I could smell it. It might sound weird, but I could hear it. You know, everything had that incandescent shine and that gleam on it. It was revealing itself in that way. Because that's what labradorite does, is it unveils disregarded aspects of yourself. And it also highlights aspects of yourself that were ignored, that needed more attention, that should be brought out, if you will. You hear me? And also assist you with working with your own magic. It makes your magic more powerful. It shows you how to process things correctly when doing your incantations, your chants, your affirmations, right? All of these things are amplified with an activated altar. When you have an activated altar, oh man. I just say my joints. I just say them right at the altar. The Gregory Grabavoy codes, I put all that stuff in right at the altar. And as I do that, I get results from it. But remember, you guys, I've been working with my altar about 15 years now. This year, 15? Yeah, it's like 15 years. And it's even evolving. You know, my altar is evolving. Shouts out to Amin Ra again. Amin Ra, he hit me with the staff and then blessed me with a offset statue. And there's a prayer to offset, the morning prayer in the gold book. I do that all the time. And for him to be like, yo, man, I got a statue for you. I got a present for you. I was like, oh, yeah, what is it? Like, it's a statue. And it was a statue of offset. And that was a ode to me doing that at my altar every morning, right? And he didn't even know that I say that prayer every day. He don't know that. Right? But he gifted that to me. And these type of things happen, these occurrences on a telepathic level, right? Things happen on a telepathic level when you operate with spiritual application. It's things that go beyond explanation, beyond reasoning, beyond rationale, beyond the laws of physics. That's what you as a spiritual being, you function on that level. You predate H1. You're on the other side of the threshold of what's referred to as the antimatter. Some people refer to it as plasma. The brothers are saying about communicating through the plasma. That's what take you into them plasmatic fields. You got 2 degrees of plasma, the solar plasma. Then you go into cosmic rays, which leads you into cosmic plasma, right? That takes you into the galactical core. On the other end of the galactical core, you go into what's referred to as the spiritual universe, right? And that's a whole different degree of substance that doesn't register in the physical universe. It's way more expanded. And like I told you guys in the last seminar, and I said it on TikTok, the spiritual universe is so expanded that the physical universe is like a germ within it. He said, that's what I wanted you to tell them. Yeah, but I can't tell people what they don't ask me, though, be deep seeker. If they don't, a lot of people not there, right? They haven't studied that far. And I don't like to leave people, I don't even want them to go off earth yet. In order to access that, they got to get this shit down packed first. And that's why so many people be so lost. It's because they attempt to go into the higher ends of the spectrum, and they need to deal with things that's right here in the physical reality first. But yeah, I've dropped that several times before, as far as the spiritual universe, because that's where we all come from, right? And you don't even come from there. You come from an even higher, station within the omniverse. That's a whole nother expanded locality that I haven't even really started to divulge upon yet. Getting people aware of just their solar system and how more expanded your planet is than you are. You follow? Said, I gazed at the sun and light was casting information. Yes, that's what it does. We call them solar winds. Some people call them plasmatic winds. And all plasma is ions in inert gas. And once it reaches our planet, which it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for light to reach the electromagnetic spectrum, or really to touch the optical nerve in the back of our eye. But before it does that, the ions collect up in the upper atmosphere called the ionosphere, right? And it's a whole bunch of ions up there. That's in the purple end of the spectrum, where, listen, your crown chakra has the ability to pick up on everything on that grid line, right? And there's a vast amount of information there. A lot of people be misinterpreting this as downloads. Those are not downloads. You're just picking up on transmissions. A download will bring us into within an inch of our life. Now, when you see that ray of light, it's going through the filter of the ionosphere, which all of that, those messengers also came from the sun as well. Just like the water. I always tell people water is liquid sun. This is a liquid version of the sun. You follow? We pretty much just made up of molecules, atoms, and cells. That's what we really are. But the curvature on the lens, on the optical location of our eye is refracting the light in a way where we're capable of perceiving reality at the rate that we are, because it's most suitable within the visible spectrum for us to interface this way so that our soul, which we are, can be educated and appreciate the experiences that it is having. And this always been the way. They just took us off the fucking path, the beaten path, because of the moon cycle. For 6,000 years, the moon was more in front of the planet than it used to be. Now we in the sun cycle. That shit in 2033 of the Gregorian calendar, our planet is going to be moved on the other side of the moon. It's going to be even less nighttime. They already trying to figure out, hey, we're going to switch the time back 2 hours. Watch. Remember, I've been telling y'all that. The planet is shifting on its axis. It's happening right now. You're going to have more sunlight available to you. That's why I be telling y'all to inhale the sunlight. When you inhale the sunlight, it decalcifies the endocrine system. Once the endocrine system has been decalcified, now you can start operating on different chakras within the field and pick up on those messages that's going across those grid lines. You're supposed to be moving on this stuff. And coming up in the Happy Nile Valley New Year, which is August the 8th, we will have the Lion Gate portal. For those that haven't taken it, you might want to sign up for that. I'm going to make that available after Houston. That's going to be in August. It's a webinar. You definitely want to do these rituals and get in alignment with what we be doing, because this shit is working. Just because you're not doing it don't mean that it's not working. That just means you're not doing it. Right? I told y'all, I'm breaking it down even simple for you. I show people how to get their mind right, how to get your money right, and then how to get your life right. I just show you fighting against, you resisting what's going to help you out. Because really, your true existence comes from your own, or your true assistance is coming from your dearly departed. They already got the game plan, right? They see the final score already. You just not listening to them. They done already like, damn, I've been trying to tell you that message for 20 years. And here you are in your 40s or your 50s, and you're like, oh, shit. They've been trying to tell you the whole time. And like I tell you guys, I want you to connect to your grandmothers and your grandfathers or your parents if they have transitioned. You know what I mean? A lot of people allow their parents or their grandparents to pass on. You got hidden resentments, conversations that never was had that you should have had, regrets. All of that stuff needs to be absolved. Sometimes you got grief behind it as you go through the spectrum of the depression, and you have no way to work on that. Come join us in San Antonio. That's going to be in July the 25th, right? And we might do the 26th. I've been telling you all about this seminar last year. Right? This ain't a pop-up thing like I'm doing in Houston on Saturday. This is this the real deal Holyfield. Because once you take my altar discourse, if your living arrangements are appropriately in alignment with you showing up to this event, then you about to be accelerated. Like the rest of the people that come out to these events, they get pushed like, You get fast tracked. Everybody to just step in and take that that altar discourse, they get fast tracked. You want to get in alignment and start seeing what happening spiritually, that shit gonna happen with this event. Period. Some people be spooked out. Only had one stubborn individual. Shouts out to that sister. She was real stubborn. And I'm like, well, shit, stay stubborn. I'm not gonna twist your arm off. That's why I charge y'all like I charge you. But don't get mad at when you see this, when you see Mother Edenberg getting the result, or when you see Spazzo or DI, they having the results that they having. You're like, man, how was that happening? You hear me? It's because they always checking in with their dearly departed first, and they opening up them roads for them. They're opening up those terminals, those junctions that's branching off into higher possibilities of probabilities of things materializing in this reality. That's where your magic is at, y'all. See, the pink man wants you to think that that shit is taboo, or that is witchcraft, or that is voodoo, which voodoo is a French word. That just means sorcery, or the sorcerer, right? Right? That's all that shit mean. That motherfucker don't got no spiritual connection, and he don't want you to have one either. He wants you to be in a speculative state of mind, always imagining and coming up with some shit. Not saying that that doesn't have a play, but no, when it comes to something spiritual that you could connect to, that's not you, you got your grandmothers, your mothers and fathers if you old enough, or your grandmothers and grandfathers, right? Your cousins, a sibling, a best friend, right? But you got to have spiritual etiquette. See, it be layers and levels to this. And this is why I come to those people that's new to their spiritual journey. Because I too at one time was new to mine. I didn't know what meditation was. I didn't know what a chakra point was. I didn't know that I had an aura. I didn't know none of that type of shit. I didn't know who the 99 Neteru was. I didn't know nothing about Sumeria and Nineveh, the Akkadians. I had no clue. Right? Pyramids. I knew what a pyramid was, but I wasn't all dialed into that shit like that. Not like I should have been. But once it happened, that was it. And so I empathize with people that are unaware at a certain level. And they need to be brought up so that they can become aware and start to have an impact on themselves and an impact on their environment and then an impact on their reality. I'm not here to hold you back from that. And to be honest with you, I'm not here to hold your hand all the way through that. I'm just going to give you the right instructions, the right direction. It's up to you to overcome your slothness. It's up to you to overcome your degrees of procrastination, which is the assassination of your motivation, right? I don't show you how to be motivated. I show you how to have a system. When you got a system in place, you don't need no motivation. You just stick to the script and do the fucking system, whether you feel like doing it or not. The system will not fail you. And I tell you, my formulas work. I need to be a little bit more cocky about it because my shit work. It takes some application. Knowledge is necessary. That's not a sufficient condition. You're going to have to apply yourself sincerely, genuinely, with the right type of heart. Your emotions got to be in the right place in order to materialize, in order for things to go right. You got to put yourself on that vibrational frequency, right? And if you can't do that, then guess what? It ain't going to work for you. If you kind of do it, it's kind of going to work. If you really do it, then it really does work. You hear me? It works. You just got to want to fucking do it. Just like I'm up here doing what I'm doing right now, I really want to do this. And I don't even want to talk about all of the things I was capable of materializing just over the time that I've been on TikTok with the shadow ban, might I add you. with the shadow band. Because I don't want people to think that I'm bragging or boasting, but that's something we do during the harvest time of the new moon, which we in the new moon, right? Or in the full moon, which we in the new moon right now for the moon magic, right? And we'll go back over moon magic on Monday for Moon Magic Mondays for everybody in the group. But a whole bunch of stuff just start materializing for you when you are in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, man. When you get in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, shit just open up for you. It always open up for you. You don't have no restraints. There is no obstacle. There is no obstruction. You remove the obstruction where it is planted or seeded and clear it, right? You wipe away tarnishing. That's what Messiah means, to wipe something clean. When something is dirty, you go wipe that shit up like a Bounty paper towel. You hear me? That's what you meant to do, beloved. Your ancestors, which are not your dearly departed, that's not your grandmother and your grandfather and all of them. Now, they may be in the ancestor realm, but they're not your ancestors. Your ancestors don't begin until 2048 pair of great-grandparents. That's where the ancestors begin. Everyone on the other end of that are the children of the ancestors. The ancestors are the custodians to the branches of your family tree, the ventricle lines that lead back to you. They're the custodians over that bloodline. They say yay or nay if you can incarnate into their bloodline. You have to ask them for permission. Can you incarnate into their bloodline? You don't remember none of that, but that's what you had to get that permission. That's like you just letting somebody come in your house and live. You don't even know who they are, but they say, hey, I just want to, this is a nice house. I want to live in this bitch with you. You're going to be like, hey, hold on, partner. Before I put a hot cap in your ass, you need to turn around and get the hell out of here. Right? Or at one time when you didn't have a form, you petitioned to those beings in the line that you're currently in right now. And they loaned you that body. They got together with the ancestors of your mother, the ancestors from your father, and they said, hey, let's come together so this being could be born. And they had to go through a whole bunch of contractual obligations amongst each other in the higher fields in order to make that happen. And this is why I be telling y'all it's essential that you dial in with your mothers and your fathers, your grandmothers and your grandfathers first. Connect to that spirit. Because I don't give a fuck if you are getting a result. You still speculating. You speculating when you saying you done connected to Tahuti, or you saying you done connected to Zeus or whatever the fuck. You still speculating. And you're not acknowledging the connection that you innately already have. Tahuti don't even want you to connect to him first. He wants you to connect to your grandmother and your grandfather if they pass, or your mother and your father. He wants you to develop that connection and to see how sincere and genuine you are. Right? Because it's all about being of noble character, of high morale. Read the book of Ptah Hotep. Right? It's one of the first books ever recorded on the planet. There's an audio version of it on the YouTube. I listen to that 4 times a year. And it's that time now because we're going into spring, March 21st. Springtime. It's springtime, summertime, fall, and then the winter. 4 times a year. Read that. It's going to align you with your sense of morality. This is where they get morality from. Character, integrity. It comes from the book of Ptah. And you got to have that. And like I was telling the brother earlier, I make myself available for those people that don't know nothing. You got to leave room for them. Because at one point you didn't know none of that stuff too. And somebody was patient and took the time with you. And they didn't just go and talk all over your head. But that's something that I've observed my time on social media, going all the way back to Facebook. Everybody want to look all deep and heavy, but don't nobody want to have a light heart, right? Don't nobody want to humanize their connections. People not even connected no more. You go into a social gathering spot, everybody in their fucking phone. Put the phone down. When I get around the community, I lose my phones. Do I not? I'll be like, hey, Doc, here go your phone. Once I'm around people that I've been interfacing with online, I don't need my phone. Once I'm in your face, I don't need my phone. I don't need to be checking it. I'm doing you a disservice. You talking to me and I'm all in my phone trying to. No, that's wrong. That's not having good character and good etiquette. We've lost the sense of that. In one generation, that shit just slipped away like that. Kids all on their phone. I had my son in the doctor's office the other day. He was in his phone, man. While the doctor trying to do some shit. Like, yo, put the phone down. You hear what I'm saying? So these events, they're very essential because ever since COVID, people have lost human connection. You just FaceTime. Oh, I'm FaceTiming. iPhone. Right? They got Duo for the droid. You know, you got Instagram. You got a whole bunch of ways you can FaceTime. And that's cool, but it eliminates your integrity. It also eliminates genuinity when it comes to making a solidified connection. You're disconnecting human connection and getting you to operate on a robotic level. You're not a robot. You're not even an organic form. You are the volume that occupies this container. And you're not even operating from that aspect of yourself. And that's what radiology brings you into alignment and awareness of, right? Under the foundation of the WAPU, which is the science of nine ether beings, the science of sound right reasoning. You have to have sound right reasoning. You already have it. You know how you be at the store and the little Habibi man try to finesse you? And you be like, hold on, that don't even sound right. You start recalculating in your mind. See, a lot of our sisters, they already got that shit stored in their mitochondria, right? The mitochondria has more protein and more data access than the male counterpart, right? So you got a little bit more genetic material that stores more data, right? So when you hear something, you like, that's some bullshit. Everybody else might be convinced, but mama ain't convinced of that shit. Like, nah, nigga, you cheating. You know, mama usually catch that shit. Or grandmama, they catch that type of shit. And sometimes the sister or auntie, they catch that shit. Like, hold on, man, that ain't right. That don't sound right. See, it gotta sound right for us. We just don't believe shit. That ain't your frequency to believe. That's the 6 ether albino's frequency. The 6 ether black man, Habibi and them, they operate on faith. That's not your frequency either. You operate on a gnosis. You gotta know some shit. You hear me? You know how it is, fellas. Your homeboy invites you to some little soiree. You be wanting to know all that you can fucking know about that shit before you head over there to it, do you not? Same thing for some of y'all sisters. If you self-aware at that level, you be wanting to know everything. Like, hey, shit, I just want to know. I want to know what I'm walking into. That's what we usually say, right? I want to know what the fuck I'm walking into. Now, I don't want to walk into no setup. Oh, man, I wouldn't set you up. I just want to make sure. I want, we don't like to believe. But then we'll turn right around on Sunday and then believe in Jesus. Or believe in the law. Or believe in Yahweh. Right? And do it in a speculative way. Do it in the frame of guesswork. And you're like, oh shit. What the fuck is going on here? You be perplexed about what's going on in your reality. But you keeping yourself on that belief type frequency. Just take yourself off the frequency. Like, shit, man, I'd rather not be on that frequency. Right? Now I'm telling you, everybody else do it but us. We the only ones. You holding on to Christmas. You holding on to Easter. I'm not saying nothing wrong with them things, but those concepts and traditions were not genetically aligned with you. That's how a lot of y'all be getting evicted on February the 1st, because you done went for broke on Christmas for your children. If you got to go for broke within your tradition, that shit ain't in alignment with you. If that shit ain't putting no money in your pocket, when you know money is something that's needed, it's not in alignment with you. Get in alignment with your culture. You don't have no culture. Wearing Balenciaga and designer, that's not culture. Listening to Gucci Mane and NBA Youngboy, that's not culture. Listening to hip hop celebrities is not culture. I hate when they be saying, hey, we doing this for the culture. What culture, nigga? Ain't no culture. If you had culture, you would know how to sell it to other people. As you should. And that's what my Supreme Grandmaster teacher taught me. Is how to sell my culture. Like, yo, you got to sell your culture back to the people. Caucasians see me with this staff. They come across me and they reach out to me. They be ready to break bread with me. They be like, yo, man, I got pyramids, but I need to get a pyramid from a brother. I know that's a diet. That's a word for that's a diet nigga when they call you a brother. But the way my man said it, I knew he was sincere. Hey man, I gotta get a pyramid from a brother. I don't want to get one from no fucking honky like me. I need one from the brothers. They be wanting to get an unk from me. Like, yo, I want it from you. I know you in tune with Tahuti. See, I get those type of responses because I'm selling my culture. You hear me? I open up the trunk, I got t-shirts of my own culture. I'm going to start integrating my face in some of the designs to show the reflections and start taking people out to communities. I'm going to start superimposing your faces into it to instill it even further, to be a reflection of an identity that reflects you physically. Honor that. All right. I got to get out of here, you guys. Come join us in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. If you are in the Houston, Texas area, look on the website, 1089techvision.com. Go to events. Go to the event section. And in the event section, you will find Houston, Texas. If you're in the 1089 group and you don't want to get hit with that stab, just get a 1089 TV ticket. It's only $25, $57 general admission. All my AAA Academy and alumni people, y'all get in for free. Right? You get in for free. I will have merchandise available. Come and see us. I will come back on here later. We may come on to YouTube. Make sure y'all following me on YouTube at Noontide RayTEK. Follow me there as well. I will have more uploads available. Right? More uploads. We over 3,000. I'm being modest. I got 3,000 uploads on my page. Please do not wait for me to come through your FYP. Just go to the page. It's more than enough to facilitate you for now. All right? I've been your beloved brother, Dr. Ray for OrgoniteTEK, on behalf of the 1089 Tech community, 1089techvision.com, and the AAA alumni. I leave you with peace and love. Huamana Waduk.